Two. Hey guys, what is up? It's Kit, a Bird One on the Weiss Schwarz channel, doing a set review. I know we haven't done one of these in a while, but by now we've had 2 other videos out. You should have known this was coming. Joined obviously with Dean.
Hello.
Okay.
Also, what if we just don't do the last color now? Give them the mix up.
The mix up, we just stop halfway
Leave them
through.
wanting.
Yeah, let's just skip a color and come back to it later. All right. So we're on a green here with some of the best card art in existence. I guess I'll start this one off.
This card's insane, so you got
this ability activates up to 1 time per turn. When you use an axe, look at the top card of your deck and put it on the top or the bottom of your deck, and then it's a pay 1 rest self mill brainstorm for 4, and choose up to 1 character in your waiting room and return it to your hand for every number of climaxes milled. Card seems busted. Remember that 2K counter I was talking about in the trial deck? Maybe you play it because this card seems really good.
Double scry, always refresh 8.
Oh my god, your Leafa counters now are definitely anti-damage counters, right?
Okay, but what if you... No, never mind. You have to Leafa first. Yeah. I was going to say... No, do you have to leave it first? Is it a separate effect?
It's a separate effect. It's a separate effect. You get to choose the order. Correct
sequencing. You use this first. If you see a climax, you move it to the bottom, so that way you can always get the extra card. you
move it to the bottom so you can guarantee that cancel at the end of the game, and then you use your Leafa to anti-damage them for their attack. So you set up 2 cancels. Busted. That is really powerful. But yeah, this is like probably the best. I assume unless there's something else in this set for brainstorm wise, this is going to be the default best brainstorm in the set.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, this is insane. At any point you use an act ability, you can turn this into a 5-card brainstorm. Defensively, offensively, it's just too good.
Too good. Mm-hmm. Next card, Toph the Blind Bandit, 4,500 power. Once per turn when you use an act, gets 1,500, so it's a 6K basically. You discard a card on attack. If you have two or more others, mill 1, choose 1 level X or lower in grave. So you like single cigarette twice, which is a lot worse than what is it? AOT set 2 has like this, but better because instead of right? Yeah, instead of milling 1 twice, you mill 2 once and then salvage twice, right? Yeah.
I have no idea, but I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah.
Well, no, have you not seen the one I'm talking about?
I don't think so. But I also
AOT set 2. It's this exact same line of text, but you have to have 5 characters on board. So okay, I guess because you have to have 5 characters. But it's ditch a card and then you like mill 2 and salvage for combined level twice.
Okay.
While this one is you mill 1 and then you salvage, and then you mill 1 and then you salvage. So it's like single cigarette.
Okay, I see. This seems pretty interesting actually, because like, okay, this sucks because this is on a gold bar. So like, this is the type of combo where I wouldn't mind running the 2-1 from yellow we were talking about, where it has all the triggers. But I don't like the fact that this is on a gold bar because I don't want to be slamming gold bar and triggering that 2-1. So this kind of sucks, but...
What do you mean? It's extra hand?
I guess
it gives you hard to discard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically it does. Yeah, because I mean, I guess it does work in this case because you discard for this combo. I like this combo, actually, like a lot. Actually, running those 2-1s also are pretty good because... Not only are they extra triggers, they also are level 2s, so you can salvage it at 2 or lower.
Insane,
right? Busted
combos.
Games. This busted combo. I like this combo a lot. I'll be surprised if there's a different combo that's even better than this. I think.
Next.
Yeah, I assume you've seen more cards. Do you know offhand there is a better combo?
I think there's something a little more selective, but this is a little bit of deck speed.
Also,
I don't like that it's not modular.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Not enough.
Yeah, but it seems serviceable enough for me. This also Toph is like the avatar waifu, right? That everyone loves. So
is she?
I think so. Every time I ever see anything about Avatar when it comes to like waifus, it's always Toph. So
Makes sense.
all right, next card here. Um, Toph, stopping library from sinking. Uh, this ability activates up to 2 times per turn when your other avatar character is placed on stage from your hand. This card gains 1,000 power, so it gets upwards of 4k power. And then when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, oh my god, it's on a level 0. This card's already garbage. If failure to protect is in your climax area and you have another World of Avatar character, you search your deck for up to 1 World of Avatar character, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. This card is unplayable.
What are you talking about? It's so big.
Yeah, 4K. My 4K is immediately lose to vanilla level 1s.
No, it's 5K.
Oh, sorry, 5K. Dude, if this was a level 1 combo, this wouldn't be too horrible, but it's a level 0 combo for some reason, so.
I don't think it's as bad as you're saying. However,
it's not that bad, but okay, so it is that bad. Know. Yeah. I mean, like, maybe there's a deck like out there for this specific combo, but like looking at it now, like any level 0 with a condition of reversing their battle opponent, like the payoff better be really good, otherwise this card sucks, because once you get past turns like 1 and 2 of the game, you lose like almost all targets that you can normally reverse with this card. So at least that's what I think.
I think that like there's probably enough power pump. You could probably do something with it. It's not as bad as you say, but it's not very good either. So maybe I'm leading you astray.
Yeah, don't listen to the false prophet, everyone. All right, Dean.
Yep, next card, Suki Kyoshi Warrior. This is a 1/0 1500, very low power line. Ditch a card on play. What does this do? Choose a World of Avatar character in your clock. Oh, it's a clock swap. Okay. And then let's see. On reverse, it's a clock bomb as well. This is
cost 0s. You play 8 bar. You probably play this in some number, right?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's also
this is exactly the same card as the one in Fate, right? In the 8 gold bar list deck. So
is it? No, clock swap? Oh yeah, I guess it is.
It is, yeah. Oh wait, was it clock swap? What? No, was it?
Was it Ditch DX Salvage in Fate?
I think it was Salvage.
This is in Ruby. It's Osborne or something, which is like, it depends on how good your green is and like how much you need this effect.
Yeah, one thing I really hate about, they need to fix this. I think most newer JP sets have done this, but maybe like whoever's designing the English sets are just don't see that or like don't consider it. But if you're limiting the selection of cards you can get from a person's clock, you need to like take away the restriction of it being a character. It needs to be able to target anything, a climax, an event, even.
Do not do that.
I think so.
There's no way. There's no. I mean, they don't though. There's no. Show me a clock swap that grabs events.
Okay, I'll find it. I'll find one later because I feel like there are some out there.
I don't think
just pick a card in your clock, add it to hand, and to put the top card of your clock to, or top card of your deck to clock. I'm pretty sure there are some out there somewhere. I know also, for a fact
combos with the accelerate from the TD.
Oh my god!
Basically selective salvage.
I mean, it is selective salvage. You just clock yourself once, and then you gotta discard it.
Turn before.
The card it discards is just any card. That's why you can grab only characters. Okay, never mind. I thought you said climax on this one. So just put one card from your hand into
No, I said Fates was discard a climax.
Yeah.
Well, this one is not.
I thought the cost was the same, but yeah.
I just think that clock filter is like inherently so poor that usually you don't play something like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to buff it where it's not just characters you can grab.
Cost bombs aren't exactly good. Cost 0 bombs aren't exactly good right now at all. You have 2 1s on the board. You have standby running around. Like what is this stopping?
Yeah. It's pretty mediocre. All right, next card. Toph Aang, Earthbending Lessons. He's like putting her in a cocoon. What is happening here? All right.
I don't know. I do like it. Yo, no, she's in Among Us.
She's doo-doo. I hate this. I don't want to be here anymore. All right. It's a 2500 backup, and then pay one, put one card from your hand into waiting room, and put one character from your stage into waiting room. I assume pick one. You may cost. If you do, you may put the top card of your opponent's clock into the waiting room. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters with higher level than your opponent's level and put it into their clock. Card seems playable as the random 1 of 2/1 counter that everyone always plays to out early plays, basically.
I like this one.
Yeah. This also lets you. Oh yeah, yeah. You get a sack character. So yeah, it's essentially a sack counter, a cheaper sack counter. Is Amelia the 2/1 Amelia paid cost like this as well?
Pay one, ditch one, sack one. Yeah.
Yeah. I always like these profiles because this also gives you an option to manipulate soul on your opponent's turn. Sack counters at least. So it doesn't come up too often, but it happens.
It's pretty good.
Yep. Next card here.
Next card, Toph, High Society. This is a 2/1, 6K, 2K to level 3s in front. It has ditch a card when you trigger a climax, which I don't like this that much because then you get to Rico, so you get to top check and then salvage a card equal to the level. I like the fact that in the middle of your attack step you get deck knowledge. I think that's very powerful. But what I was going to say about this that I don't like is it's only when you trigger a climax, so you can't play this in like with that Aang, right? That Aang that gets like climax triggers, it doesn't work.
Yeah, because it's not a climax. Yeah,
but it also has act. Tap, give a card 500. While that's not very good, the fact is this is an act you can continuously use to work with your brainstorm, which I do like. I think this is probably your 2/1 assist of choice if you are playing a board-based deck.
Oh, my brain just like what I had a brain blast like Jimmy Neutron, dude. The trial deck, was it in the trial deck? The blue give a soul when you play climax, tap self, gives something 1500. Works very good in the green package stuff since continuous act and continuous soul seems pretty good to me.
Hell yeah.
All right. Next card. Oh wait, what did we this guy? Yeah, this like yeah,
I said it's like 2/1 of a choice, probably.
Yeah, this seems pretty decent, so. All right. We have Toph Metal Bending Climax combo. When this card attacks, if Invention of Metal Bending is in your Climax area, and you have another World of Avatar character, choose one of the following effects and perform it. Choose up to one character in the waiting room, return it to your hand. And choose up to one World of Avatar character in your waiting room and put it into your stock. Or pay 2. You may pay cost. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent. And then auto, when this card is front attack, look at the top card of your deck and put the top of your deck or into your waiting room.
It's Kanata and Maureen in the same card.
There's a package to early play this, right? I believe. Yeah. So I this is one of the ones I did read. I believe the package was like pretty solid overall, and this seems like a very good flexible like early play that also can transition into like literally blowing your opponent out. This package becomes way more powerful the more good defensive counters the set has, and it seems like at least for like the green package stuff, they're definitely putting things in there. Like we have Leaf counter, the brainstorm itself lets you at least scry once. These level 3s also let you scry as well to like fake add soul, I guess, to your opponent's damage. Seems pretty solid. I don't know if this is going to be the best top end, but it's definitely like a top end to consider, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of the two. I mean, so far, yeah, we've only seen like 2 things, I think, that we could. Well, it's this, and there's like one other. No, there's 3 things you can build around. Right? I don't think you can build around that choice thing, but this is definitely like one that most people are gravitating towards because it looks like Kanata. So
yeah, this is definitely a premier level 3 to look at for sure. All right, back to silly images.
Yep, random cards. Aang protecting Ba Sing Se. It's a level 0, 500 power. If you have another character, it's a 3/5, and it's also it kicks their card to clock on reverse. So like when it reverses their card, it kicks it to clock. I like an effect like this. I think it's a decent power line where it's actually relevant. Don't know if there's a ton to say about it, but
yeah. Okay, so I like this card too. What's very good about this card is that it does trade into like Aquas and La Pluses for the Hololive matchup, and you deny them it while also like removing their character. Of course, this doesn't live unless you have extra 500 power or something, because it just matches them in the center. Card is very powerful. I think effects that move cards to zones that they normally don't go to, so they can't get their like on death effects and stuff like that, is sometimes some of the most slept on tech people could be playing.
Yeah.
Like people will like be like, they will play a 4K over like a 500 power bottom decker, not realizing that the fake plus they get from the level 0 is not as powerful as denying your opponent effects. I think denying things your opponent expect to happen is way more powerful than getting a +1. I don't know
especially
how you feel.
especially with the way a lot of these decks recently have been being built. Modern deck building philosophy is definitely way different than it used to be, where I feel that people just like slam as many plussing zeros as humanly possible in their deck, and if you remove one, I mean, like even think about the mirror match here, right? Like you just clock kick the JC, and then your opponent goes, "Oh no," right?
Yeah.
There's like a lot of assumptions usually with how the game will play out, that this can kind of turn up on your opponent's head.
Oh yeah, absolutely. These type of effects are ones you have to actually really think about what's happening in the meta. Sometimes the 4K is just a better choice. Other times, like having this effect is just way more valuable than a +1. These are just meta calls that you got to figure out yourself. So like, I really like these type of cards, and this is definitely like a card I would look at as like a premier level 0 to pick for like beating over things at 0.
Yeah.
Next card here, Toph Childhood. Put one card from your hand into your waiting room. When your character trigger check reveals a climax with bar in its trigger icon, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one card in your clock, return it to your hand, and put the top card of your deck into your clock. And then it has rest itself. Choose up to 2 of your characters, and those characters get fire power until end of your opponent's next turn. So
why does this set not work with itself?
I don't know either. I was thinking the same thing. You're talking about the 2-1, right?
Yeah. Why,
it should just
why
say when you trigger.
it
should just say when you trigger check a card with the icon this, right? So yeah. Oh my god. All right. Anyway, card is obviously very good in 8-bar. If you play the 8-bar list, which is obviously like a Toph waifu list, it seems like you probably end up playing this because, let's be honest, if you've ever played 8-bar, we've all been there, looking at our hand of 6 climaxes in a level 3 while we're at level 0, going like, where did it all go wrong? So having a filter effect like this is like pretty decent, because it gets rid of the extra bars that you end up triggering if you already have one in your hand for next turn. And then it
activates.
And then an act for the archetype that's just like wants to use acts every turn. So yeah, definitely 8-bar will be an 8-bar list. I don't know if it'll be in anything else, but it's definitely worth looking at if you're playing 8-bar. Next card.
Pretty decent. Next card is Suki coming to the rescue. Level 0, 1K. When it becomes reversed, reveal the top card of your deck. Level 2 or higher, bounces back, and it also bonds to card. Oh, the 1/0 combo. Salvages instead of search, not that good. Coin flip, not that good. Bad.
Yeah, it seems pretty whatever, unless you're playing. What the Soka, the 1/0 Soka, is that in the blue? Is that the blue level 1 combo or something, right? So we haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I was gonna say like maybe because it looked like that they were very pushing this like high level 2 and higher count deck with the Lost Appa package or whatever. So like I could see this being like somewhat playable in that list, but like then the bond is useless, right? I'm not
Pretty
sure.
much.
Yeah, this is just a weird combination of effects to have on one card, I think. If it bonded to something else, like maybe like the 1/0 event or something, that'd be pretty sick, but it does not. Next card here, Dai Li Agents. If it's level 0, this card is level 0. If your stock is 2 or less, this card gains a level 1,000 power, so it becomes a level 1 and 2,500 power. When this card is placed on stage from hand, put into your waiting room from stage, look at the top card of your deck and put it on top of the deck or into your waiting room. Card seems pretty lackluster.
2/5 level 0.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't give it an
insane.
Well, technically level 1. The stock requirement for only being 2/5 with a level is like pretty dicey already. There might be some utility out there, kind of like Modica had stuff going on where they like enabled like 6-card brainstorms and stuff, but this is probably going to be unplayable, honestly, right?
It is not looking the hottest, but who knows?
Yeah, maybe someone out there will crack the code and that card will be busted. All right, next card.
Next card, Zinfu. I definitely didn't say that right. And Master Yu, tapped by metal. Trapped? Oh, why did it say tapped? Okay. 1035. When you play a climax, it gets 1500, so it goes to 5k base. And then you can sack it. If you have the Toph, the brainstorm, you can grab the level 3. No, if you have the 1/1, there's a 1/1 counter that goes with it. It's
You can get one or the other, right?
No, if you have the 1/1, you can sack this. This is like the helmet.
Oh, if you have another, okay. They saw what helmet did and they like nerfed it to hell. Yeah, you might play this in the 8-bar list, but I don't know if you play this outside because what's the 1/1 Toph again?
The one
we haven't seen it yet.
Counter. It's what you change. It's the Kanata.
It's the Kanata backup. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely play this in that list then, right? But you have to have a 1/1 already on the board. It is
so much worse than helmet.
It is really bad. Because this is like you can't like select.
What is this first effect to? What is this getting power?
Dude, it's when you brick really hard. At least you get 5k power when you play that gold bar.
I think it's pretty rough.
This is a pretty bad card in general. I only see this ever being played in like the 8-bar list, maybe.
I don't think even then it's like
it's really rough. It's an act ability ? But yeah. All right, next card here. Sorry, my cat was jumping on the desk. Toph, Sleep Deprived. The ability activates up to 1 time per turn when you use an act. This card gets +X power until end of turn, where X is the number of world and avatar characters. So can get up to 6/5, and then when this card attacks, if the card facing is level 2 or higher, or just a level 2, this card gains 6k. So this is like 12/5 versus like
it's Alice specifically.
Well, that's gonna get banned pretty soon, I feel like, in English. So this is once again like another tech card. It's very good depending on the meta, very bad depending on the meta. So actually, even if you don't have level 2s running around, it's still a 1065. It's like if you run it as a 2 of in a deck, it's not the worst in the world.
Yeah, because it can be 6/5 on your opponent's turn as well, so it's not the worst.
Yeah. So card seems okay. Obviously, you get more value if there's level 2s running around disrupting your day.
Yep. Next card, we got Toph Prankster, 1/1, 500 power, 2/5 counter. A little bit worse than the Kanta backup, but I guess this thing is the 3/2 Toph is also 10/5, so it still counters the same. Still counters the 13k. Numbers are the same. It has sack when you play the climax. If you're level 2 or higher, summon the 3/2 from hand. I mean, you're going to play this as a 4 of if you play that deck. So
yeah,
playable plus.
You know what's interesting too? The difference between Kanata and this is that this climax is on an auto, or not auto. This climax is on a continuous, right? So you can't soul manipulate like you did with Kanata Marin.
Wait, what?
Okay, so you know how?
Okay, yeah. Stocksoul, yeah.
Yeah, Stocksoul is auto effect, right?
Is that big?
That actually,
I feel like that's not big.
If you're looking to win multiple lanes all the time and slam a climax like every turn, I feel like at that point it in some cases it could become a liability a little bit, and you have to be a little bit more careful. But maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion, because like the trade-off here is you don't have a 2-soul trigger in your deck anymore, which is godlike. So yeah.
Yep.
All right, next card here. Oh, this guy looks kind of evil. Long Fang, Grand Secretariat. I don't know. I can't read. Holy crap. All right. This is a 2/2. This card gets 2,000 power for each marker under this card. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, choose up to 3 Joe D. Okay, I thought this was gonna be a D's nuts joke for a second. I was like, oh no. welcome to welcome to Boss Sing Se in your waiting room, and put them face down underneath as a marker. So this is a 2 to 11k that gets 3 marker. Dang, that marker compression, Dean.
Yeah, well, I think it's like an army card.
It probably is, or like a vanilla, right? So this card is probably complete ass, especially since
compression.
Yeah, well, you pay 2 out to get 1 compression, right? So
yeah, that's broken.
Busted.
It's like stock charge on play.
You're right.
If you really think about it.
Oh my god, this card is probably unplayable unless, like you said, there's an army deck. Yep, Dean.
Yep. Next card, Boomy, an old friend, level 0, 500 power. On reverse, you choose a card in your opponent's clock, and you get rid of it, and then they take a damage from the top of deck. This effect is always meme. It's not good. Like, I don't think anything cares about the card, like a single card in their clock anymore. And then also on reverse, it is a clock bomb. I think this card is do you think this thing's good? I don't think so.
Okay. Why do these 2 effects don't work with each other at all? So
what are you talking about? You bury the card so they can't heal it off. See, I see the line. You clearly don't.
So, okay. Okay. This gets reversed, right?
Yes.
You're like, all right, take the top card of your clock and put it into oh, it's not top of clock. You can choose one card.
You choose a card because it's the Snipe Cosma. The idea is that okay. You need to. The idea is like, I'm going to snipe a Climax off of the top of your deck, or the other one that people do is the What is the shitty thing that they'll say? Like they'll see that you have like a level. I need to have this card in level, or I need like blue. Like, right, I need blue at level 1, and you have 6 blue cards in your claw. I'll get rid of one of them, and you'll go insane.
All right, all right. This card is kind of cute. I like it because it's kind of funny. If there's ever a meta where alarms are a thing and you have to worry about alarms, this is really good. You're like, oh, otherwise this card is whatever. I don't think it's like super playable at all.
Most definitely not.
Oh my god, this picture of this fake Toph. Ember Island players played by a man. Oh my god. So if this card is in the stage, it's considered Toph, and all your other Ember Island players casting horrors. Yeah, casting horrors, and Ember Island players Scar on the wrong side get 1000 power. And then it has act, pay 2, rest itself, search your deck for up to 1 character and add it to your hand and then shuffle. Unplayable. Moving on.
Yeah, this one's not the best.
Oh, this is that
next card. One is Judy. Welcome to Boss Sing Se. And I think this one has like a bunch of different arts. Army card, and it has pay 1 on play, search your deck for a copy of this and put it onto the board. This
Busted.
Is your advantage engine. You pay 1 every turn, twice a turn. I guess you like alternate, right? You pay 2 the first turn, and then you pay 1 the second turn. You always have that gas. You play down your Climax swap. You shuffle 2 of them back in, so you can keep up the pressure.
Unlimited power. All right.
Yeah, I like it. It's Infinity Engine.
Infinity Engine. I hate this game. All right. For those that really care, this card sucks. All right, moving on. Aang building a zoo. All right. As a 1/0, this ability activates up to 1 time per turn. When you use an act, this card gets 15 power and the following ability until end of turn. When this card attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 1 or higher, put it into your stock. Ooh, this is pretty cool, actually. I like it. Works very well with obviously the whole green package already. Doesn't really need to get a reverse. I play the same effect in the Itsuki 8 door list, and I really like that card as like an off turn. Like, I can't really combo this turn, but I need to do something. It builds a lot of resources, and we saw that Toph does require on attack pay 2, so this can help you get the resources needed to pay for those effects and things like that. I think it's a solid card all around. What do you think, Dean?
Definitely.
Yep.
Next card, Jet Manipulated 2175. During battle, nobody can play backups, including you. And when it's on played onto the stage, it gets 1,000 times the number of characters, including itself. So it gets 5k, goes to 12.5, can't play backups. This effect is actually pretty decent.
Wait, really?
What? I mean, I'm playing
very
something like this in
surprised.
Dragon Maid. I wish it said events. It's just like kind of the fact that
I guess you're right. It's kind of awkward to me because if you play this outside of like the Toph deck, I think it's fine. I think within the Toph deck itself, though, I feel like a lot of times you just want to be able to have the option to use a backup, right? For like all your axe effects. And so if they attack into this, you can't use the backup. But I mean, that probably doesn't matter. This is definitely like you.
Well, it's only during this card's battle.
Yeah. So when they attack into this, whatever. Either way, I don't.
Even
I'm
with
not
the Toph,
sold.
like let's say you double Toph. Let's say you double Toph. You have this in the other lane. Your opponent's level 1 because this is the kind of combo you want to play when your opponent's level 1. You get to attack with the Toph. They go to level 2. You get to front with this. Side with the Toph. But you didn't think about that.
Sure, that is a line, Dean.
There we go. I knew the lines.
I don't know. I'm not super sold on this. I mean, I guess like if I saw in someone's deck as like the way to like out big things at 2, like early plays and stuff, I guess it's not horrible. And I guess in a way it lets you kill off their early plays without being afraid of like any counters in return to like kill your Tophs early. I guess in some scenarios this will be all right. I'm not really sold on it, but I could see it.
I mean, it's like a 1 to 2 of. It's just like a card that I think you could sleeve, right? This is not like unsleevable like some of the other cards we've seen. This is
I can give it that. Like if I saw it in the list, I wouldn't be like, unless there's something else that's way fucking better at 2-1, and I'm like, Dean, this card sucks. Why are you playing it? But yeah, I like right now from what we've seen so far, I guess I couldn't be like I wouldn't fault someone for playing this card right now, but I haven't seen the whole set, so all right.
Yep.
Wait, is it my turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. Toph Melon Lord. I guess Toph likes melons. When this card is placed on stage from a hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent puts stock swap. So it's a pay 1 stock swap on play on a 3/2, and then when this card direct attacks, you may choose one avatar, a world of avatar in your waiting room, and put it into your stock. Okay. I actually really like this card, except for the fact that it probably does not come out at 2, and that's when I would want it to have this out. But I guess at 3 it's fine.
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. I think like 3/2 stock swaps are I know some people like them, and Hall Live plays it sometimes, but I generally don't like them.
Yeah, usually I would rather have a stock swap on something else. This is like, okay, you're only going to play it as like a 1 of, maybe 2 of at most. But the secondary effect makes me want to have this card out at level 2. So I like after my early play Tophs like create open lanes, I can start direct attacking, getting extra stock that way, and like compressing through the secondary effect. And I care a lot less about the stock swap. But obviously this is just mostly going to be used for the stock swap. And I guess there could be scenarios where you stock swap, direct attack with this to build an extra stock that turn to be able to do double level 3 pay 2 burn 2 or whatever, right? I guess that's also a scenario that could happen.
Yeah.
All right, on to the events here.
This one's pretty good. There's no war in Ba Sing Se. It's a 2/4. If you have 2 or less green characters, cannot play it, but you choose a climax in your hand, ditch it, anti-damage. Or no, wait, it's not even anti-damage. Bounce. That's insane. That is actually insane. Holy. Okay, so this means you can always play this, even if a card on your board gets bounced. It is anti-damage because you do return a card to their hand, and it blanks 5 or more conditions, which are more common. So this card
is kind of cracked.
Better than anti-damage with the way the meta is shaped up, right?
Yeah, and it's oddly like an anti-damage that also provides a weird utility.
You play this in your 8 gold bar deck. Your 12 gold bar deck.
Yeah, your 12 gold bar deck. what's interesting about this too is like you don't target a character in battle at all. So like if someone attacks with like a one soul beater because they're crashing first, you can bounce their big guy later, right? And you can also main phase this still if you really need to.
Whoa, this is a 2-4 event.
I'm just saying if you need to, you can still main phase this, right? So like if you're running into counters there, like if you meet the condition of 5 or more, when you use this counter or whatever, then you can main phase this to get around that. There's probably better ways to do that, but like the fact that this isn't such a narrow card too, I think adds more value to the card in general as like a deck slot. This is really powerful. Like this is definitely a reason you'd be playing 12 gold bar.
Yeah, but it plays well with the Toph.
Yeah. And
probably on 8 gold bar.
Yeah, and it's like starts off right at level 2. You can do this anytime.
Wait.
What?
Wait. Isn't this actually insane? Because we have the gold bar support. Choose a card in your clock because that's the way gold bar supports work.
Yep.
So you trigger a gold bar, you grab this out, your Toph is generated 6 stock. We got a list. We got the 8 gold bar is a list.
You mean 12?
12? 12 does sound pretty cracked. That does generate even more stock for this.
Yeah, even more hand. All right. Card is cracked. I think like if there's a reason to be playing 8 bar, it's definitely this. Other than Toph, obviously. And now we're on to the climaxes. All right. Wait, is she like frozen in stone on this picture over here on the left? That can't be. That must be shading.
That has to be like the thing where like you close your because she's blind. I know.
Oh yeah.
So
I know
that
that
has to be like
yeah.
sensing. It's her sensing her surroundings. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I get from that scene.
All right. Do you want the up one or the down or the side ones? Which one? I think the side ones look better.
The side one definitely looks better when you play it, but the other one looks right in your hand.
I hate you, dude. Last climax here. Why do all the climaxes she looks like she's suffering? Like, what is happening? All right. Toph forever suffering, I guess. Yep, but that concludes green. Green overall so far, I like green, and it seems like there's a really cool packages there, and it's very centered around act abilities and Toph in general. So
most definitely.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing what deck builds come out for that. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video, which should be red. I assume red is for Fire Nation, so we'll see you there when the Fire Nation attacks. Later, everyone.
See ya.